Hey everybody, welcome back into the closet.
Heyo.
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 We're just kicking it after a amazing Monday.
Amazing Monday.
Amazing
Mine
Monday.
did not start out amazingly at all, actually. I was feeling rough this morning.
I was struggling bad.
Dude, like rough. Last night we went to the Mraz concert, which was amazing. And he's my favorite artist of all time. One of my favorite.
Yes.
But if I had to pick one, if you're like gun to your head, favorite artist ever, it would be him.
That's what I was.
Even over
that's
Justin
what I was gonna
Timberlake,
say,
even
you.
over everybody.
Right.
Just totally my style. So, long story short, I'm so glad I figured out he was coming to town because they didn't publicize it very well. But I found out through a roundabout way. Anyway, so we go to this concert, and being the wino that I am, I go in panic mode because I'm like, Renian, do they sell wine at the concert? And he's like, I don't know. I mean,
I was like, yeah, they're gonna have alcohol at a concert.
But then you said you didn't know because it was at the Clay
Center. You
Center.
made me paranoid.
It was at the Clay Center, which is like, it's not your typical concert venue where you know 100% sure there's going to be alcohol.
It's where you go to the symphony.
Right, and so that's kind of the feel it has,
Right.
and you go to like plays and things like
Right.
that. So I'm thinking,
Good acoustics.
even though I had went to a concert a few days prior, and there was a bar, but it was a different type of concert. It was a sound check. It was a Prince cover band. It was a different vibe. Well, anyway, I digress. So in order to prepare, and so this wino could have her wine, we went to dinner, and I don't want to say chugged, but I drank 2 glasses of wine rather quickly.
Yes.
And then we show up at the Clay Center, and lo and behold,
They had wine.
they had wine.
They had IPAs. They had 60-minute IPA.
And
Dogfish Head. I was happy.
And so I happened to save some cash in my purse just in case. Because normally I give my cash to Runyon whenever I get it because we just pull it together. But I knew if I gave him my cash, we wouldn't have had it in case
This is true.
there was a bar. See, I think ahead. You got to think ahead.
You do have to think ahead.
So anyway.
Especially when it comes to important matters
like wine.
Right.
Okay, so then I had 2 glasses of wine at the event, at the concert.
You were good to go.
Then, well, you think I would be. And then I got home because the concert didn't go very late.
No, it was
so we came home and I had
halfway home by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I had 2 more glasses when I got home. Normally, that would not bother me because usually when I know I'm going to be consuming larger amount than normal, I will drink lots of water in preparation and in between. Well, I didn't prepare because I didn't think I would. I thought if anything, I was going to get a glass of wine during this whole concert time. So I didn't even worry about it.
Exactly.
And then it's not really easy to get water when you're at a concert because they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. So I set myself up for a morning of dizziness, headache, and a little bit of nausea.
Man, that's not like you. Usually you
Never.
can handle yourself a lot better than that.
Never. And when I tell you all, I never have a hangover. I'm talking, I can remember maybe once thinking, oh dear Lord.
Yeah,
because sometimes things slip through.
Mine wasn't. I didn't struggle this morning because of any alcohol consumption or staying up late. It was simply the fact that I had to get up.
Well, and I think that played into it.
And it wasn't even that I got up, that I had to get up earlier or back on the regular schedule and I'd been sleeping, but it's that I had to get my brain cranking.
Right.
Because I get to the office by 7.
And we have been off for Thanksgiving for a week, you know?
And I'm like, I'm like reading. I'm like 7:30, reading. I'm chugging coffee, reading emails like multiple times. And I'm like, you know what? Forget this. I'm going to check my fantasy football.
Priorities.
The waiver wire. I'm going to do that right now while my brain's getting warmed up.
Warm your brain up with some fantasy football.
We're going into week 13. We're going to crunch week. Playoffs basically start because I win and I'm in the playoffs. I lose and I'm out. So I'm doing some research. I'm going ahead and adding up scores, scenarios of who's in, who's out, what happens, just all that fun nerd stuff that us sports
But
people
you
do.
were magically awake to do that. Right?
Not when I started.
Oh.
I just got in there to say, well, I'm going to look at,
Yeah.
what's going on. Because we still have a game tonight.
Yeah, I know.
And I was just
We gotta
looking
go
at it. Then
watch
I was
that.
like, so my brain slowly started kicking in. But usually by the time I get there and I get going, I'm pretty good to go.
Yeah.
But it's just the last week, holidays.
I'm telling you, it was a whirlwind. We got a lot accomplished. I mean, in the amount of time, see, the weekend before Thanksgiving, through Thanksgiving week and through this past weekend, we went out of town. I went to 2 concerts. We put up Christmas decorations inside and outside. We did Thanksgiving at my parents' house, and your parents came into town, and we cleaned our house in preparation for your parents to come into town. We did all that. We got a lot accomplished.
We're balling.
So we didn't really rest all that much.
No, we didn't rest a lot, but we got to sleep. Like, we got to, when I went to bed at night, I knew that, okay,
Isn't that
I'm
the
going to get up
best?
in the morning, and then I'm going to look over, and Angie's going to be gone, and then she's going to prance in here with coffee at some point in the next 20 minutes.
Right.
And we're just going to sit here for a few minutes, talk about what we got to get done, and then we're going to move for our second cup of coffee to a couch and talk about who knows what, or even talk, and then we'll get our day going.
Right.
Once the day's going, we usually have a lot of stuff lined up. We can't just sit still at the house and chill out.
No, but it was so nice to be able just to kind of sleep. Although I can't sleep in until just whenever my body wakes up because I'd still be sleeping. So even on my days off, I have to set my alarm. I usually try to roll up about 8:30 because then I start feeling guilty. But here's the problem. And I don't even know if I told you this today. The whole time we were on this break and I got to sleep in, when I would sleep in till 8 or 8:30, my lower back would be hurting so bad when I got up.
You're
Like,
in
I'm
bed too long.
old, dude. Today, I rolled up at 5:30.
You're fine.
Totally fine. Been fine all
Yeah,
day.
your back was like, last week your back's like, bro, you've been in bed for 10 hours.
Get up. Yeah.
I'm locking up here. I need you to go do some wind sprints or some burpees or something.
Seriously, like, it was no pain. But to go back to my original story, I got up at 5:30. I went to wake Kaylee up, and by the time I turned from her room and started to walk back to our room, because I get to come lay back down for 30 more minutes.
Right.
Why she can't get herself up, I'm asking myself right now. Girl needs to get an
Ask that
alarm
all the
clock.
time. Yeah.
Because I just get up to go wake her and Brooke up, actually, and then come back to bed for 30 minutes. But by the time I turned to walk back to her room, things were spinning. Like,
Ooh.
I'm telling you, and I was like tingly, and I'm like, holy crap, I've got to lay down.
Alcohol in your system still.
Right, I think I was.
Yeah.
So I laid back down, and I felt fine when I laid down. It wasn't like I was sick. Like, I didn't feel sick. And then I got up at 6, woke Nate up, went downstairs. I usually pack his lunch and make my breakfast. I had to pull over the stool from our breakfast bar, sit at the pantry with the baggies in his lunchbox,
that's
sit down and pack
hysterical.
his lunch. Now that's sad. Then I got up to fix his breakfast, got super dizzy again, and had to lay down on the couch.
That's
And
not
I had-
like you.
Oh, it was
You don't
terrible.
get dizzy.
It was terrible
Have to
until
lay down.
I finally forced myself to eat a couple pieces of toast
Yeah, you need
and drink a ton of water, and then I was like totally fine. By the time you guys left to go to school at 7:30, I was fine. 7.
Yeah.
I was fine. But anyway, I don't know why I need to tell you all that, but it was shocked me. It took me off guard this morning. I was not prepared for what I felt.
We made it.
But we made it, and I was fine. Went to work,
Congratulations.
totally fine. Worked out, totally fine.
Yeah.
And now I'm back on the wine, so cheers. Here we go.
Cheers. It's turned out to be all right. We made it through Monday.
It turned out to be fine.
It's a long week, or maybe not a long week. Probably what we would normally call a regular
A regular week.
November, man. All the days off that are in November are crazy. Short weeks.
Yeah.
Like every week.
Well, yeah, and then December rolls up kind of the same way.
Right.
Do you know what else happened to me this morning?
No.
In the midst of all this, I'm feeling better, and then I'm fixing my, I'm like preparing my meals for the rest of the day to take to work. And I'm making my scrambled eggs. Well, I went to salt them because I usually lightly salt them. The freaking salt shaker, the bottom of it,
Ooh,
fell out.
I hate that.
Salt went everywhere. Everywhere on the stove, on the counter, and some in my eggs. Like, it didn't, like, the whole thing didn't go in my eggs, but I thought to myself, oh, these are going to be salty. But it went all over the stove.
All over the place.
And
saw
of
some
course,
salt on the stove.
I thought I wiped it all up. Of course, I was in a hurry.
Right.
And it was Monday morning, and I'm
Yes.
thinking, this is going to be a great day. But actually, that's the only thing that happened. Like, I thought it was setting me up for one of those Mondays.
That's the
And it didn't. It was
when
good.
you do that, though, you set yourself up for that day.
No, Jeff, sometimes...
No, it's you. It's us mentally. That's
it's not.
something
Sometimes
that
you
I
just...
want to talk about. The positive energy. It's hard to turn yourself around from some of that stuff early in the morning.
I agree with that. But
The negative impact on
sometimes,
your
no matter
day.
if you have a positive or a negative outlook on the day,
You can't always.
a Monday's
I'm
a
not
Monday
saying
sometimes,
that.
and sometimes
Right.
things just happen.
Things just happen, and it's hard to have a positive outlook. And actually, sometimes it's almost impossible to have a positive outlook.
But what I'm saying is, even if you do have a positive outlook...
Oh,
Sometimes you can still have a
That's the
Monday.
thing. All we have control of is kind of how we react to things and how we move forward. And that's the hard part when crap happens.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that. Like tonight, I'm cooking, and I'm cooking chicken. And you know how chicken, you get it in that package, and you open the package, and there's that freaking annoying chicken juice in it
Right.
that's probably keeping it good for a lot longer than it needs to.
The
Or
preservatives.
should be.
Right.
You know the juice in there? Man, I fixed me a good drink. It's just like flavored water. But I got ice. I got it set up. I'm like, I'm ready to cook. I'm ready to be Chef Jeff. I put my drink over here. I'm opening up the chicken. I'm opening it up, and then like I pull it open. I'm like trying to pull the bottom off, and it slings. Slings that line
Ew.
across the counter
Yeah.
of where you know it. And the line, you know where the line goes?
Right over your cup.
Right into my cup. Like right over my
Ew,
cup.
it dripped
and
in your
I'm
cup.
like, mother effer. So I had to dump that out, make me a new
You didn't
drink,
want- you
clean the counter really
You
good.
didn't want to live on the edge, have a
No,
positive
I
outlook, be like,
wouldn't-
it's
no.
going to be okay.
My positive outlook was like, I'm dumping this out. I'm going to get another cup.
I don't blame
I'm
you.
going to start drinking some water. I'm going to cook some good chicken.
It was good chicken.
That's because I know how to do it.
I'm so lucky. Like, I have to work until 7:30ish at night, and I come home and Runyon has dinner ready. Now, it's usually we just make chicken or
It's not a big
eggs.
deal.
I mean, but it's okay though.
You know what would have been good with the chicken tonight I had for lunch today? I went out on a limb when I was at the Kroger last
Yeah.
time, and I went through and I got a bunch of those, like, I know it's packaged, but it's the vegetables that you can heat up in the microwave.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have lightly
sauced.
sauced. I got Brussels sprouts lightly sauced.
Did you try the Brussels
And I tried
sprouts?
them. They're freaking money.
Really?
Yes.
Well, would I like them?
Yes, you like them.
I would.
Do you like broccoli?
I mean, okay, yeah, it's okay if it's lightly
You would
sauced.
like it better than broccoli.
Nah, man.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna have to try
Yes.
them.
I threw those in the microwave and had those for lunch. But they would be great, like, with the chicken or if we're cooking something, you know, we need an extra side that's decent. It's good.
I
Wasn't
will have
bad.
to try it.
Wasn't bad at all.
I'll have to try that out. I need some strange food in my life. Like last week, I kind of ate off the grid. Okay, so I didn't really cheat all day every day, but I definitely ate more than I normally do in things that I don't normally eat, and it was kind of refreshing in a way because I get in a rut with eating. I get in a huge rut with eating. But I was thinking this morning when I got to work and I got on the scale, that it was going to be bad. Like, I even said to myself, why are you doing this, Angie? Why are you doing this to yourself? Don't do it.
Yeah, you're the
But I
no
just
scale
wanted to
lady.
No, but I mean, I know I'm not no scale.
You're like, stay away from the scale. Nobody touch the scale.
No.
Scales are the devil.
And why do I
and
say
they-
that? I do not say it like that. I say it if you obsess about it. There are people that take that number and they obsess about it. I don't do that. I don't do
True,
that.
true.
I just wanted to see if the number on the scale had gone up. And actually it hadn't. Maybe by a pound or two, which I know that's water retention because I ate more carbs than I normally do.
Sure.
I mean, last
yeah.
night I was eating sweet potato fries, which is out of my character
Freaking
for
good.
non-cheat day. But my problem with the scale that I have is that the people that get on it every morning and obsess about that number on the scale.
And it's setting your mentally, like, that's the thing. Like, next year I want to get into, like, control. Like, what did I read today? I'm going to find it in a minute. But it's basically about, if you can't get control of yourself, you're going to be screwed. You're going to be a mess. You've got to be able to be disciplined, but there's got to be a way to do it. And people obsess about stuff. I mean, I obsess about things. You can get carried away. You get obsessive. It can be good. It can be bad. But usually if you're obsessed with things, it's probably negative overall because it affects other areas of your life. And it takes away from something in some way, shape, or form.
Well, yeah, I mean, these people will get on the scale in the mornings when they get up, and the number that's on that piece of metal defines their day, just like you were talking about earlier. So if the scale is a number that they like, they're going to have a good day the rest of the day.
Great day.
If it's a number that they don't like, it's going to ruin their day. My whole problem with that is that's not the whole story. There's many factors that go into the number on the scale. It doesn't mean that you're not making progress in your fitness journey. It doesn't mean anything like that. You got to look at your inches, you got to look at your body fat, how your clothes are fitting, and everything like that. But I just got on the scale this morning just to see if all of my eating frenzy, basically, that I did, had any effect at all on the scale. And honestly, I can say that, yes, it was up 2 pounds than before I went on Thanksgiving, but that could be many reasons. I mean, that can be hormonal. It's water retention. I didn't gain literally 2 pounds. And that's where people are wrong too. They think they go and they have a big cheat weekend, okay? And they go and they get on the scale on Monday and it's 3 or 4 pounds heavier, like, oh my gosh, I gained 4 pounds. No, you actually didn't gain 4 pounds more than likely.
Right.
Unless it consistently stays at that higher number, you've probably just retained water, and vice versa. If you go a weekend and you hardly eat anything and you're thinking that, you're eating clean and all this, and then the scale's down 4 pounds, that doesn't necessarily mean you've lost 4 pounds unless that scale stays down for a long period of time. It probably is that you lost some water. But anyway, I didn't mean to get on a fitness thing.
No, I mean, I think it's good because a lot of people on their goals.
Oops, I'm so sorry, y'all. Jeff, this is a reminder for you.
Are you going to hit that?
Shut up.
Would you just turn it off?
Could you shut up? It's my phone. We're on a podcast. People have heard an alarm.
And you are killing it with your daggone alarms.
It's an alarm for you to water our Christmas tree. Because if
that
damn real tree dies,
hey,
you're going to take your butt and you're going to go buy another one.
Hey,
so yell at my phone again.
While you were working and I was cooking dinner, I watered the tree.
Okay, but I'm trying to help us not forget things. So I put an alarm in my phone and I omitted to turn my phone off. So sorry, y'all, that you heard an alarm. Heaven forbid.
You know what we're going to start doing? Strip alarms. Every time your alarm or any notification
I'll
alarm.
take a sock off.
Notification.
Look, I'm taking the sock off.
Notification strip. Strip notifications. When you come in here, you just set your phone down. You don't turn the ringer off if it's not already off. You get out, you set it down, and every time a notification goes off, a call comes in, a text comes, and it dings, you got to take clothing off. And I'm in on it too. I mean,
so strip notification or strip alarm. That's what we're playing.
Yes.
My alarm just went off, so I took off a sock.
Sorry, people.
I took off a sock. So next. All right.
Hey.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's all good. But what were we talking about?
I was talking about the scale and obsessing about the number, and you were scrolling on your phone, ignoring everything I was saying.
No, trust me, I heard everything you said.
So anyway, that's all I was saying. It's more than that. It's the number on the scale. There's more behind it, and people obsess about it, and it affects their day. That's kind of where I was going with it.
Right, but the thing I was getting at is we all have a problem with whether we sabotage ourselves, and it's with stuff like that. Whether it's the scale or whether it's in your job, like I'm in sales and always have been, and I can think of multiple things I've done throughout my career to sabotage myself, and I thought I was doing something to benefit my day.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was doing something to satisfy something in my mind saying, you're getting organized, Jeff.
Yeah.
They're getting organized to get productive instead of just freaking getting productive.
True.
And that's what we talk about all the time is just go.
Yeah.
Just jump.
Well, that's kind of like
Just
we did.
jump and get in there and make mistakes and get it done. But
Yeah.
just jump because you can plan your whole life and never execute.
Yeah. And that's kind of like what we did with this podcast. When we were planning out, we knew we wanted to do a podcast together. And when we were planning it out, we were like, well, we don't have great equipment. We don't have this. Maybe we should wait to this. And then you said that. You were like, no, we're just going to do it. And that's what we did. We just started it. And we'll get better. We'll get better equipment. We'll come out of the closet and hopefully have an actual studio in our basement someday. But we've started it. And you're right. Don't spend all this time like spinning your wheels and trying to make everything just perfect to start something.
Yeah, but that's not who I used to be. You've always
No.
kind of been that way. I've been the guy who obsesses
Yes.
and plans and has to freaking put it down on paper six
Right.
different ways.
Right.
And then still saying, well, that seventh step, when we get to it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And what are we going to do about it? And instead of just saying, forget step 2.
Yeah.
Let's just freaking go.
But I mean, it's not bad to look at the big picture.
No, you have to.
It's not, but
we are as we're doing what we're doing, rather than like managers do when they micromanage somebody to death.
Right. That never
You got to
works.
give people some room to make mistakes.
Sure.
And to figure out what their strengths are.
Right. And that's what I always say. I always say, you have to look at the big picture. You have to have long-term goals. You have to look at things but it's so much more important to focus on what's in front of you at the moment, to focus on short-term goals, and like you said, just learn, go. And if you make a mistake, you learn from it. It's going to make you better in the long run, more than likely. But anyway, I was getting off topic and deep, but
No, I like it.
I mean, I do too. And I think that too many times people, like you said, in life get hung up on, and I do this, I play the what if game all the time. So it's kind of like the same thing that you're talking about, kind of, but different. Like, you look at step 7 and you're like, oh my gosh. And I just am like, well, what if this? What if that? What if that? But I'm getting better at that, if you've noticed.
You're getting a lot
I
better at
am.
it.
I think
You
the
are. You're
older I
getting a
get,
lot
the
better
more
at it.
laid back, chill, and I'm just kind of letting go, because I've learned through life that everything that I what ifed and everything that I worried about and everything that I obsessed and I stressed about 90% of the time, 92% of the time, never happened. And I didn't have to worry about that what if. And everything that I stressed about, yeah, some things happened, but guess what? I got through it.
But that's life. And that's the problem. And that's what I keep reading about and hearing about, like when I study, because I read about a lot of psychological things and development and people. And the biggest problem with people that get depressed or have problems is they don't have goals. They don't have anything to be motivated for. They don't have anything bigger than themselves that they're working for every single day. And even when they do, when they reach that goal, like that fighter I talked about, once he got the heavyweight championship of the world, he ballooned up to 400 pounds. He became suicidal because he reached the goal that he worked for 15 years.
Yeah.
He had nothing left in life. He didn't want any. That was it.
Right.
And that's what is scary, is we're in a society where we're taught, plan to do this. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you never do what you want, and you never naturally do anything, just like sports. And I was telling Chaz that today. We got off on hockey. I was like, I played hockey.
Random.
I played hockey, and I said, probably, I said I quit to play basketball and football, by the time I got to high school in 9th grade, 10th grade. But I loved it, and I was probably better at it because there was no pressure, one, because nobody in my family, nobody ever played it. I didn't know much about it. I was learning from the coaches. I was doing everything they're saying. But every day I would go and I would do the little things, and I didn't care about scoring. I didn't care about... But then as I learned, and it was just fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the podcast. We jumped in.
Right.
We're doing it because we love it. The result is going to be what the result is.
Right.
And when you love something, the product ends up coming out better. And that's what... With the podcast, I mean, I'm sure that there are people who have podcasts that could listen to ours and they could pick it apart.
Oh,
They could be like,
Absolutely.
well, they could really have a good podcast if they would just start doing this,
yeah.
if they would use this, if
Oh,
they
yeah.
would pause here.
And they may be right.
And you know what? They may be right. But you know what? I'm going to look back and I'm going to say, maybe a year from now, maybe 5, and maybe we're not that big of a deal. I could give 2 craps for
Right.
That's not my result. That's not my goal. My goal is to have fun, enjoy it, talk about stuff we care about, try to maybe help somebody along the way.
Right.
And leave something like our kids can listen and be like, how my parents are freaking idiots.
Yeah, well, there,
But
take that.
yeah, but I mean, it just, I don't know where I was going with that.
No, you were saying jump right in, and that's kind of how I did with my Ange Fitco business too.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't have everything exactly planned out. I had a notebook. I had a spiral notebook and a mechanical pencil, obviously, and I had
You need to take more clothes off.
No, I do not. It was a text message and nobody heard that.
Everybody heard it because it's on the table and it vibrates.
No, I'm not. That doesn't count. It has to be like non-vibrating. Anyway, I didn't have everything planned out. I just kind of went with it. I was like, you came up with the name Ange Fitco by accident, I think.
That's true.
I think you just called me that goofy one day and I was like, I like that.
Yeah, it was.
And then we hurried up and picked a logo, which actually I'm getting ready to flop that out. But anyway, we're getting ready to change up some things.
Expand on that? Flop that
Well, I'm going to get rid of my logo, and I'm rebranding myself as we speak. Actually,
right. I figured some stuff out today.
Okay, good.
We'll talk about that later.
But that's kind of how I started my business. We just come up with it, and guess what? It's pretty successful. I mean, am I nationally known? No, but in my little community, am I? Yeah, and that's a great start. And it's not over. I mean, I'm only 40.
That's where you live. That's what
You know?
people get caught up in. You live in your community.
Yeah.
You make an impact in your community.
Right. And I mean, yes, I have goals that I want to impact beyond my community.
Right.
But I guess what? I'm working towards that. It doesn't just happen. And that's another thing that goes along with my fitness thing is people just think you just get fit. You don't. And you don't just get successful.
No.
I mean, sure, you have these people who mommy and daddy handed them their money and handed them their legacy, and now that they've got this,
and they're going to screw
insert
it up.
Kardashians and what was her face that used to be popular and now she's not?
There's a lot of them.
No, the blonde stupid. The blonde.
Was she hot?
That's debatable. Come on, it was like obviously she's nowhere. Oh my gosh.
God bless her. We can't even think of her.
What
do you mean?
Do you know who she is? Not the Kardashians.
What'd she do? Did she
nothing.
have a sex
That's
tape?
the thing.
Did she have a sex tape?
Oh, I'm sure.
But I mean, is that
She's
what got her famous? Can you pull it up?
Paris Hilton. Jeez.
Paris Hilton.
The Hiltons.
She just retired from the party scene. She's still doing good.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, her mom, she wouldn't be who she is if it wasn't for the Hiltons. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I don't have that.
I got
Like,
what
we
you're
don't.
saying.
Some people just are given that, and so I'm sure she works hard, and I'm not dissing her necessarily. I'm just comparing and contrasting here.
Oh yeah, no, it's
For
great to have
little
a head
me
start.
that,
You got
like-
a little head start.
Yeah.
You got a nice head start. You got a nice jump. They don't even realize it. But I mean,
But
everybody's born in their situation.
some of us start from the bottom, like me, and I'm working my way up. And I mean, I'm
And your bottom's your bottom, though. I mean,
getting
there's people that
older
are at a
and-
different bottom.
right.
You
It's
know
all
what I mean?
relative.
It's
But
all
anyway,
relative.
whew, this is getting heavy.
I like it.
I like it too. I like it too. But anyway, whatever. I'm sorry I brought Paris Hilton into the mix.
No, it's cool.
I haven't.
She did have a sex tape, though, by the way.
Did she? Where
Yeah.
is she now? I wonder.
I
What's she
don't know,
doing?
man. Maybe she's just
She's
running
just
the Hilton
bathing
empire.
bathing in her money.
Whatever she's doing, it's all good.
But she's not. But she's not as well known.
No, she's not in the spotlight anymore. She's not
not in the
doing that whole
spotlight.
thing. She's not doing that. Whole
Last
thing.
time you talked to her, what was she doing?
Well, yes, I think yesterday she's in the Bahamas.
Right.
Just-
Whatever.
Who knows, man? All I know is she got airtime on In the Closet today. And
Oh,
that's probably
that will
who
bring
knows if
her
she
back.
who knows if she got that much airtime anywhere
That
else?
will bring her back.
That'll bring her back.
Did she get airtime anywhere else on any type of platform
You have
today?
reached your goals. Don't
Have
get
you?
depressed.
Yes. So now we will take off. We will hashtag Paris Hilton in this podcast,
Oh, I will.
and we will see what happens. Probably nothing.
Probably not much.
But that's okay. In due time. I'm still bummed I didn't get to meet Jason Mraz.
Well,
I just wanted to meet him. I mean, when am I ever going to get that opportunity again?
you want me to hit him up?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wish you'd have told me I was in town. I didn't really want to bother him.
Oh my gosh, you only whatever.
We played a little duet with our.
If-
I played the he played the guitar. I played the ukulele. We did it down in Elk City outside of the grill.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was good. We only played 3 songs.
Okay,
but
you didn't even
we drew
invite
a
me.
crowd.
You didn't even invite me. Oh, was that your little buzz that went off?
No, because mine's not on the table.
Oh, must have been mine again. So sorry, I'm popular.
This is a good quote.
Quote it up before we go.
90% of success is just showing up. You're not.
There you go.
Are you gonna let me finish the quote?
Oh, I thought that was it. That was pretty good just in and of itself. Okay, I'm
It
so
is
sorry.
good.
Start over.
Let's start over.
Sorry.
90% of success is just showing up. You're not going to feel perfect every day. Get there and start working.
I like that. Can you send that to me? Because I could use that on my
It's great
Instagram.
stuff.
Instagram.
I just sent it
That's
to you.
great for Motivation Monday.
Isn't that great? I mean, that's good stuff.
That's great. I
mean,
love that.
But it's true. What do we tell our kids? We tell our kids,
Just do it.
You
Just
can
show
show
up.
up.
Just do your work.
just
Turn it in.
show up to class on time and start working.
Yep.
Do what you're supposed to do. Forget about the result. Forget about what happens. Just do what you can do,
I like it. I like it.
and you'll be more successful than not.
This was a great Motivation Monday podcast, Runyon. It was solid. It was good.
I like it. We're gonna have to do a few more.
It was very good. I only have one sock off. No, I have 2 because I was feeling weird with one on, one
Ooh,
off.
hey.
But I like the game we came up with today. Notification strip. Is that what we said?
Strip notifications.
So now, when we're doing a podcast and we get a notification.
Strip notifications.
Yeah, I lost one sock today. That's
Girls versus boys. Girls take their socks off. If my notification was gone off, I'd have pulled my pants off right away.
it. All right, I'm done.
All right.
All right, bye.